Yo, what's good, people? Just got home from lunch. Went and had a little lunch today. Get out of the house a little bit. Thought I'd make a short video about self-responsibility and decision making and owning those decisions. Because I often hear people making excuses as to why they're not in certain positions that they feel like they should be in. And what happens is a lot of times there's a very rare breed of people that will honestly say to you, I'm where I am because I made this horrible decision. However, people will tell you in a heartbeat when they're successful. They'll tell you in a heartbeat that, yeah, I'm successful because I hustled my butt off and I hustled and I did this and it was my decision to do that and that. They'll love to take credit when it's due, when they're successful, but they don't like to take responsibility when they're not successful for the decisions that they made. And I truly believe that everyone that is living in a free world and living in a capitalistic country is responsible for where they are today. And I say that because you have an opportunity all the time to make the right decision. Now, whether you make the right decision or not, it's solely up to you. And everybody in this world, in my opinion, in a free world, capitalistic world, is self-made. Meaning that you put yourself in the position that you're in right now. Now, some people have more help than others, but it was your decision to accept that help. It was your decision to go that route. A lot of people have their life handed to them on a platter. They come from affluent families and they have their life handed to them on a platter, and they still make the decision to go the other way and not be successful, get cut off from their rich parents, whatever. And then you have a lot of people that come from poverty-stricken neighborhoods, and they still keep their nose to the ground. They don't get involved in all the negativity of the neighborhood, and they still become successful people because they blocked out all that negativity and they focused on where they wanted to be. And everybody has that ability to do that. You know what I mean? Not everybody do it, but everybody has that ability. And a lot of people won't accept that. A lot of people will say, well, I'm from the hood and I'm from this horrible neighborhood where our schools are terrible and we don't have the opportunities that other people have. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. Yeah, it's definitely harder when you come from those situations. I've been there. You know what I'm saying? You come from those situations where, you got to work twice as hard to get half as much. But, you know what I mean? If you really want it, then you'll put in that work. You'll make that thing, you'll make it happen. You'll make it happen. And that's where the self-responsibility comes in. If you have a goal and you really want to achieve that goal, then you'll put in the work and you'll make it happen. There are too many situations where people make bad decisions and they say they had to do it. Nah, you didn't have to do it. You didn't have to do it. You chose to do it. And that's what it is. It's about choices, decisions, responsibility. And you have to do the right thing if you want to get to certain places. Very, very few good outcomes happen as a result to bad decisions. When you make a bad decision, you usually have a bad outcome. Now, when I say that everybody is self-made, I believe that. Wholeheartedly, I believe that. It's just that only successful people admit that they're self-made. People that have had failures in their life, they don't like to admit when they mess up. And it's always an excuse. And I'm going to tell you something. As long as you make an excuse, you'll always have an excuse. All right? But if you can accept the fact that you made a mistake and you learn from that mistake, you will progress. As long as you learn from that mistake and keep pushing forward, you will progress. You know what I'm saying? Good things are happening in your life. I've been on both ends of the spectrum, and I'm telling you, it's better on the positive end of the spectrum. And when you're trying to be successful and it's hard, that don't mean it's impossible. You know what I'm saying? And instead of figuring out how to get from point A to point Z, figure out how to get from point A to point B to point C to point D, and then keep moving from there. But don't get to point G and feel like you made it and you're successful now, because you might find yourself back at point B and you got to do all that all over again. So keep a positive mindset. Accept responsibility, own your mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Self-responsibility is owning your mistakes, admitting them, learning from them, and keep it moving. Keep it moving. Momentum has to be moving forward to be successful. So, you know what I'm saying? Learn from all that, and always remember this one thing. Make moves, not excuses. All right? Peace.